Hey guys, I was given an idea by the Animal Crossing New Horizons Discord server to make a video of the top 10 most huggable Animal Crossing villages. Now this is a subjective list, you guys might not agree with all my picks here. The one thing we can agree on is that all Animal Crossing villages are at least 1% huggable. So if you're excited for this video, leave a like or don't, this might be a terrible video. But let's go through the top 10 most huggable Animal Crossing villages. Number 10, Huggy. Now I'll be honest with you guys, I don't really like Huggy. I think she's kinda ugly. I'm sorry Huggy fans. I don't hate her, but she's not really my sort of villager. But her name is Huggy, so of course I had to put her in here because, her name is Huggy, so I had no choice. Number 10, Teddy. Now, the reason why he's so low on this list is because he is a bear. And I wouldn't want to hug an actual bear, that's terrifying, absolutely terrifying. But at the same time, his name is Teddy, he's like a teddy bear, so I had to put him in here somewhere. I do think he could be a decent hugger as long as he doesn't maul us at the same time. 8, Static. Now I know what you guys are thinking to yourselves, okay, why Static? He will electrocute you if you hug him. That's true, but I do think it would be worth the risk. He's just so cute, he's really small and cute, and he's got like a fluffy tail. I think he would be pretty cute to hug, and a good hugger, which is the main point here. But at the same time, there's a bit of a risk, so that's why he's number 8. Number 7, Bunnie. Now, I have bunnies of my own, and I used to have a plushie of this character. And I've got to say, I do think she'd be really soft, I think she'd be really cute and nice to hug, you could poke her little red cheeks if you wanted to. I don't know if that's something you'd want to do, but she's a good hugger I think, and that's why she's number 7. Number 6, Octavian. Now Octavian has so many arms, I mean, legs, arms, I don't know what you'd call them, but he has so many of them. And I could definitely get behind a nice hug from him. I mean, he could hug you with all of his arms at once. It'd be amazing. Number 5, Fauna. Fauna is really cute. Fauna is one of the cutest villagers out there in my opinion. I think that's all that needs to be said. She'd be cute to hug. Number 4, Rosie. Now, Rosie's a cat, so, you try and hug her, she might scratch you. But I generally find cats are nice to hug. You come home after a long day at work, you see your cat. Most of the time they ignore you, but sometimes they will come up to you and they'll be like, meow, and they want to hug. And, Rosie's one of my favorite villagers, so I kind of had to put her in here. I think she would be good for a hug. Flurry. Well, in terms of size, she's a hamster, so you can't really go around hugging hamsters without crushing them, but because she's a bit bigger in the Animal Crossing world, you could easily give her a hug, and you could squeeze her little cheeks as well, if you wanted to. I think she'd be nice to hug. Number 2, Marshal. Marshal's a sort of villager who'd pretend like he doesn't want a hug from you, he'd be like, I'm not into it, I don't really want a hug, don't give me a hug. But once you give him a hug, he'd really love it, he's quite a social animal, he's got the, smug type, so they're quite sociable. So I do think Marshal is the type who would like a hug. Now, number 1, the most huggable Animal Crossing villager of all time is Bob. That's correct. Bob is the most huggable Animal Crossing villager ever. And you might be thinking to yourself, okay, why? I mean, honestly, I don't know. I just really like Bob, and I think Bob would be excellent to hug. If I saw him, it'd be like hugging an old bro, like an old pal that you haven't seen in years. Even the pose he's got in this picture, you can just imagine him being like, hey, as you're coming towards him, and you just give him a nice big hug, like, hey man, how you doing? How are the kids? I would love to give Bob a hug. This is my top choice to give a hug. If I could give any villager a hug, of course it would be Bob, my all-time favorite. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, or don't. As I said before, this was an awful video. But at the same time, Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Don't unsubscribe from this video. Thank you so much.